And I saw text messages, some photos between my wife and some other cat. Nude photos.
Oh!
You know what I mean? I look up their Instagram. So I'm scrolling, and I see somebody holding my daughter.
Whoa.
With a cheese on their face. Just this random person gets the best information in the world, and you feel like you can't tell me the one thing that I actually need to hear for my sanity.
I think we need to hear from that other man.
Imagine you're casually going through some old phones lying around the house, the ones we all keep in a junk drawer, just in case the world goes to shit and you need a non-Android, iOS-based phone. And instead of finding old Flappy Bird's high scores, you find your wife sending "I miss you" texts and full-blown nudes to a total stranger. The quality would probably look devastating, and you console yourself by thinking that, hey, the other guy, probably didn't see these very clearly. And then years later, you're in the shower minding your business when you find a random CD that leads you to a heartbreak you aren't sure you'll recover from. My name is Kyle, and I'm a professional shoelace tester, making sure that the shoelaces perform the best way they should. Look at your shoes right now and ask yourself, when was the last time you tripped? Don't worry, I'll wait. You're welcome. Today we're looking at Smith versus Smith, Christian and Kalita, a case where a man is fighting to prove he is the father of a child he's raised for 4 years. Let's get into it.
We actually met in middle school, and then we reconnected after high school. We actually got married.
Okay.
We actually ended up getting new phones around that time. So I'm just casually going through them. Text messages, some photos between my wife and some other cat. Nude photos. I basically, I let my parents know what was going on, and I packed up and I left. I had to, just to, because she's my support. You know what I mean? Everything. Just out of natural, just natural affection for
you
my
were
mom.
upset.
Yeah, I just had to go to my mama. She talked me through it, and she actually, helped me get through a lot. I didn't know what love was until I met this person.
Right.
So then, and I'm having a baby with this person as well. You can't ask for more. I already got everything I needed.
So Christian and Kalita go way back. Middle school, 17, 7th and 8th grade romance. The kind where you're passing notes in class and holding hands at the school dance. They drift apart after, like most young couples do, because the opportunities to cheat in high school are pretty vast. Then they reconnect after high school. And this time, it feels different. It feels real. Christian falls in love. They get married. Everything seems like it's finally coming together. Then they upgrade their phones, like Android users usually get to do. Those old phones are just sitting around the house collecting dust. Christian picks one up casually, probably just curious about old photos or text threads, and what he finds instead is his wife sending "I miss you" messages to another man. Not just texts, nude photos. Full exchanges that make it clear this wasn't just some random moment of weakness. He doesn't explode. No, he doesn't throw things or make a scene like a little bitch. He does something that reveals just how deeply this cut him. He packs his bags and goes to his mom. Honestly, that is a sane solution, because no one loves you like your mom. Even Jason from the horror films had the love of his mom, unconditional. And when he talks about it in court, you can hear the vulnerability in his voice. At some point during their separation, Kalita finds out she's pregnant, and when she tells Christian, he's extremely happy. She tells him they weren't together when she found out, that she thought this could be a chance for them to reconnect and make their marriage work, and Christian agrees. I'm not entirely sure how that works, because if a lady tells me that during a separation, I'm heading for the hills, hiking gear and everything, but I don't know, man. Christian thinks the baby is going to fix everything. So he commits fully. When Cookie is born via C-section, he makes it priority number 1 to be there. And since he can't cut the cord because it's a C-section, he asks the doctor if he can lean over and see the moment she comes into the world. He signs the birth certificate, she gets his last name, he's all in as a father. But what Christian doesn't know, what he won't discover for years, is that while he's bonding with Cookie and building his life around being her father, there's another man out there who Kalita met during their separation, a man she had unprotected sex with.
So I'm in the shower one day. I believe Kalita's at work, Cookie's out there, I'm watching her, and I just noticed something just that doesn't need to be there. It's just a CD that I see, that's out of place. I'm like, I didn't put this in here. So the number that was on the CD, that number, I ain't forget about that number. And then I saw an Instagram name. I look up their Instagram. Man, I see somebody holding my daughter.
Well, Your Honor, his name is Joseph. I actually met Joseph after we separated. I was very vulnerable. He was the only one showing me any type of attention or any love, which I needed because I felt lonely around the time because my husband left me.
Did you tell him you were married?
No, I did not. At first, I had no doubt in my mind that Christian, wasn't the father of my child. But as Christina got older and her features started changing, that's when I, had some doubts about it.
Now, in 2026, finding a physical CD is already weird, but personally, I think it's weirder to have to hear ads while you're streaming your favorite album and have to pay a subscription to not hear those ads, but you still don't get to keep them because, it's convenient. Anyway, Christian immediately knows he didn't put it there. He knows everything that goes on in his house, and this CD is out of place, which is good when you think of it because I have no idea where my polka dot socks are. There's a phone number written on it, and you know how people used to pass out mixtape CDs with their contact info? Yeah, that's what this was. And here's the thing that makes this moment so haunting. Christian recognizes that number. So he does what anyone would do. He tracks down the Instagram account associated with the number. Wait, what? Was that actually possible? Is this possible now? Oh, okay. And as he's scrolling through his stranger's page, he sees a photo that stops his heart. It's his daughter, Cookie, being held by another man, and she's got this big smile on her face, what Christian calls a cheese. Like, she's completely comfortable with this person, like this isn't the first time they've ever been together. But it's not just the photo, it's the caption. Christian can't remember it word for word, but the message was clear. This man was claiming Cookie as his own child, publicly, on Instagram, for the world to see. Kalita doesn't deny or explain. Oh, no, baby, no. She goes straight to the victim narratives, stating that she met Joseph after they separated and she was vulnerable. She needed attention and love because Christian had left her alone. But wait. Let's rewind. Why did Christian leave? Because he found nude photos and messages between Kalita and another man. So she's trying to justify cheating by saying she was lonely because he left when he only left because she was already cheating. Okay. Turns out she met this man on a sidewalk. It's always the streets, man. But here's what makes this even more twisted. Kalita didn't just keep the secret from Christian. She kept it from Joseph too, for 2 whole years. Joseph had no idea he might have a daughter. And when we hear from him, the timeline of how he found out is going to make you realize just how calculated Kalita's silence really was.
Mr. Prater, how did you meet Miss Smith?
I seen her walking down the sidewalk, and I actually ran behind her, and we exchanged numbers. We talked on the phone for a little bit, not too much in depth, but we talked for a little bit, and then maybe a couple days after that, we met up. I don't know a time verbatim, but the first time that I've seen Cookie in person was she was 2 years old. I ain't gonna lie, when I seen her, she looks just like my dad. She looks just like us, so, I never really doubted it. You understand what I'm saying? I always thought that, this is my child.
So if he has a caption saying, "This is my child," you had told this other man that the child was his?
Yes.
Yeah, before me, right? Before me. I don't mean anything. Just this random person gets the best information in the world, and you feel like you can't tell me the one thing that I actually need to hear for my sanity.
In the case of Smith versus Smith, pertaining to whether Mr. Smith or Mr. Prater is the biological father of 4-year-old Christina Smith, it has been determined by this court. The biological father is Mr. Prater. I'm sorry.